Will the House please come to order and members kindly take their seats? Will the House please come to order? Good morning, everyone. In lieu of a devotional today, will you please join me in a moment of silence? Members, will you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Members, we have a special resolution to read that the House and Senate adopted pursuant to the consent calendar. HCR 307 is a House concurrent resolution honoring Representative Kevin Coach Christie of Hartford for his inspirational civic leadership and extending future best wishes. Please listen to the reading of the resolution.
Whereas the title Coach belongs to only one member of the General Assembly, Representative Kevin Coach Christie, and it is a moniker he wears with pride. And whereas the U.S. Military Academy at West Point recognized the leadership potential of the young Kevin Christie and granted him admission. And whereas, alternatively, due to a late high school injury, Coach Christie enrolled at Eastern Connecticut State University, where he served as class president and earned a degree in music education. And immediately thereafter, he commenced a year's term with the Model Cities program in Hartford, Connecticut. And whereas moving to Vermont in 1973, he opened an automotive service facility in Hartford, proving his acumen as an entrepreneur. And whereas Coach Christie's 4+ decades as an esteemed public educator commenced in 1980, when he assumed track and field coaching duties at Hartford High School. In subsequent years, he coached football, taught at the Hartford Area Career and Technology Center, earned a master's degree in educational administration and supervision from Plymouth State University in New Hampshire, was honored as Vermont's Technical Education Teacher of the Year, became the director principal at the Randolph Technical Career Center, and completed coursework for a doctoral degree in educational leadership at Nova Southeastern University in Florida, all attesting to his professional excellence. And whereas, in recognition of his instrumental advocacy on behalf of and dynamic leadership in the Black community of Vermont, the Rutland area branch of the NAACP presented Coach Christie with the organization's 2004 Lifetime Achievement Award. And whereas public office beckoned, and in 2007, Coach Christie was elected to the Hartford School Board, which he later chaired and on which he remains a member. And after the 2010 general election, he started his legislative sojourn as one of the members from Hartford in the House of Representatives, becoming a passionate and effective voice on matters related to education, the judiciary, and law enforcement, and social equity, including as a leader of the Social Equity Caucus. And whereas his legislative colleagues honored Coach Christie with election to the University of Vermont Board of Trustees, and Governor Philip B. Scott, recognizing Coach Christie's expertise on matters under the purview of the Vermont Human Rights Commission, appointed him as the panel's chair. And whereas, as an outstanding vocalist, Coach Christie is famous for his magnificent rendition of our national anthem, and he has sung with the Vermont Symphony Orchestra Chorus. And whereas he's been associated with various nonprofit organizations, and whereas much to his regret, Coach Christie has recently experienced health challenges, limiting his participation in legislative deliberations. Now therefore be it resolved by the House of Representatives and the Senate that the General Assembly honors Representative Kevin Coach Christie of Hartford for his inspirational civic leadership and extends future best wishes. And be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be directed to send a copy of this resolution to Kevin Coach Christie.
Are there any announcements? Member from West Windsor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and good morning, everybody. We just heard a resolution acknowledging the accomplishments of Representative Kevin Christie, better known among legislators and many other people as Coach. The resolution honors the many ways and arenas in which Coach has used his heart and mind to propel Vermont into a more just society. Most important, however, I feel, is the fact of Coach's voice and how he has used it. From belting out the state's anthem to speaking up for children and communities who might not otherwise have a voice of their own. For more than 50 years, Coach has spoken up. And so at the end of his time here among us, Coach has asked me to address all of us with these words. Representative Christie wishes to thank his colleagues on both sides of the aisle, legislative leadership, committee staff, sergeants at arms, clerks, advocates, and all who contribute to the work of this institution. He is especially grateful for all of the friendships, partnerships, and lessons learned along the way. Though he will not be seeking another term in this chamber, his commitment to service remains unchanged. He looks forward to continuing his work advancing equity, justice, opportunity, and human rights throughout Vermont. In closing, Representative Christie asks that we continue striving to be the guiding light in our communities, the guiding light our communities deserve, and that we never lose sight of the responsibility we share to model respect, compassion, and civic engagement for future generations. On behalf of Representative Kevin Coach Christie, thank you for the privilege of serving alongside you. Thank you.
We wish the member all the best. Are there any further announcements? The chair has an introduction to make. It's very special to be able to introduce family. Visiting from Chicago is my mother-in-law, Maxine Farbus. Sitting next to her is my husband, Tim Farbus. I wouldn't be able to do this work without your support and your love. It's so great to see you here today. Will the guests of the chair please rise and be recognized? Are there any further announcements? Member from Fairfield.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yesterday was Memorial Day, and we had our announcement about that on Monday. But it is also Military Appreciation Month, but also Mental Health Awareness Month. And we all know that, but there's a nexus between the two. And every year I get ready to make this speech, and every year I just, it's the end of the year. People are kind of frustrated with announcements. And to be honest with you, it's kind of a dark topic, and I don't really want to depress people. But I think it's important. So this year I'm going to do it. And that is that since the just in the last 20 or so years, since the global war on terror, around 8,000 to 11,000, depends on where you look, military members died in combat. But 31,000 of those troops committed suicide. And you take beyond that, so people who served before, like myself, and it's 140,000. And the military suicide rate is exponentially higher than the civilian rate. And I think we would all agree that 0 is too high of a number. But it is, for men, something like 45% higher, and for women, like 97% higher. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people that go into the service do already have, my friends from upstairs would get this, ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. We have a much higher rate of that. sexual trauma from childhood. There's a lot of different things that people who go into service have higher rates of that are, negatively affecting them than the general civilian population. So just keep them in mind, and thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further announcements? Member from Cavendish?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'll just keep this brief. I have a friend today with me, Nicole Cota. She's visiting the State House, going around. Just wanted to see this wonderful building and get to meet some of the representatives here, some of our senators. And she is seated in the gallery. I'd wish us to welcome her to the People's House.
Will the guest of the member from Cavendish please rise and be recognized? Are there any further announcements? Member from Essex Junction.
Madam Speaker, House Democrats will caucus 10 minutes after the floor in room 11.
Member from Poultney.
Madam Speaker, House Republicans will caucus 10 minutes following recess in room 11.
Member from Burlington.
Madam Speaker, House Progressives will caucus at noon in room 44.
Are there any further announcements? Seeing none, orders of the day. Members, I have an update for you on bill order and what we'll be taking up this morning. We will start with House Bill 817, which is an act relating to mental health literacy and peer-to-peer supports in schools. Second, we will take up House Bill 642, which is an act relating to youthful offender proceedings. My apologies. One moment. Nope, I just got an update, so we will not be taking up House Bill 642 this morning, but we will be taking up House Bill 816, which is an act relating to regulating the use of artificial intelligence in the provision of mental health services. So 2 bills this morning, House Bill 817, House Bill 816, and then we will recess for caucuses and come back at 1. With that, member from Poultney, on our notice calendar is the Senate proposal of amendment on House Bill 817, which is an act relating to mental health literacy and peer-to-peer supports in schools. Can you please offer us a motion to suspend our rules to take up House Bill 817 off the notice calendar for immediate consideration?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion to suspend rules in order to take up off the notice calendar for immediate consideration H 817.
The member from Poultney moves that we suspend our rules to take up House Bill 817 off the notice calendar for immediate consideration. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have suspended rules to take up House Bill 817 for immediate consideration. House Bill 817 is an act relating to mental health literacy and peer-to-peer supports in schools. The bill passed the Senate in concurrence with a proposal of amendment that is printed in today's calendar. Member from Winooski.
Madam Speaker, we received a strike-all amendment from the Senate of H 817, which tasked the Department of Mental Health in partnership with the Agency of Education with conducting inventory of work that was similar to that which was in our original bill. It included recommendations to integrate existing work in peer-to-peer youth mental health programming and mental health literacy in schools and after-school programs, with a grant program for those and opportunities for structured support that would start in July 2028. And as part of that, it was required that the Department of Mental Health include in their fiscal year 28 budget some potential funding recommendations. The House Healthcare Committee voted on a straw poll in favor of supporting the strike-all amendment 1001, and we ask for your support.
So the question is, shall the House concur in the Senate proposal of amendment? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have concurred in the Senate proposal of amendment. Member from Poultney, on our notice calendar is the Committee of Conference report on House Bill 816, which is an act relating to regulating the use of artificial intelligence in the provision of mental health services. Can you please offer us a motion to suspend rules to take up House Bill 816 off the notice calendar for immediate consideration?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion to suspend rules in order to take up off the notice calendar for immediate consideration H 816.
The member from Poultney moves that we suspend our rules to take up House Bill 816 off the notice calendar for immediate consideration. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have suspended rules to take up House Bill 816 up for immediate consideration. House Bill 816 is an act relating to regulating the use of artificial intelligence in the provision of mental health services. The bill was referred to a committee of conference on the disagreeing votes of the two chambers. The Committee of Conference has met and considered the same and recommends that the House adopt its report, which is printed in today's calendar. Member from Winooski.
Madam Speaker, we immediately heard from members of the clinical field of mental health as soon as the H816 came out of the Senate. The concerns were related to the use of digital therapeutics in the treatment of mental health conditions, which was something that our original bill really did not want to prohibit. We want to empower the use of these modern tools and allow people to use some of the low-hanging supports that are available to us. We also wanted to be sure that researchers are able to develop these tools going forward. So what we did is we proposed to insert language that would clarify where clinical guidance was necessary, and also aligned some definitions with regional definitions. And further, we added language that would enable research and development through universities such as Dartmouth to proceed with the grants that they have in order to develop evidence-based practices around digital therapeutics. Finally, we added the Board of Medical Providers to the AI Advisory Council, along with the Office of Professional Regulation. We unanimously agreed on the report of committee report, which is printed in today's calendar.
The question is, shall the House adopt the report of the Committee of Conference on its part? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have adopted the report of the Committee of Conference. Members, at this time, we will recess until the fall of the gavel at 1 p.m.